Good morning. Mark again here, Weather Channel Live. This is your Weather Channel content for Monday, August 17th. How y'all doing today? God bless you today. Open your eyes. It's going to be a nice day. We do have some storms coming in the area. Plus, we have more storms tomorrow that I want to show. Plus, we have problems in the tropics that we're going to go through all these things, guys. So, good morning to you. God bless you. Let's get on over to the Weather Channel, see what they say real quick, and then we'll go all through this.
Meteorologist Tevin Wooten in for Jordan Steele.
And I'm meteorologist Jen Carfagno. Let's take a look at your top stories today. The soaked south and northeast will see no relief from the rain today. We'll show you where and timing out the showers and storms to start your work week.
Wildfires are raging in the west. Now crippling heat is making things a bit more difficult for firefighters.
Plus, the tropics are churning with activity right now. We'll show you where we are watching the closest. And as trouble ticks up, we are busting bad myths about hurricane season. And the week is kicking off with the worst possible news for the flood-weary East Coast. More heavy rain, more thunderstorms. Chesterfield County, Virginia got hammered with 5 to 9 inches of rain over the weekend, forcing evacuations and road closures. And today we do have more thunderstorms that will be popping across the northeast. Here could be severe. Couple spots to watch, mainly in the mid-Atlantic from eastern Pennsylvania right down into Virginia. This zone could see some storms with damaging winds as the main threat here. We got a pretty strong dip in our jet stream. Actually, that's why we have the cooler temperatures, but it's also going to provide some of that wind energy to get some storms going. Plenty of moisture right here. Out ahead of this front, you do notice a little higher dew points, a little higher humidity, and that's going to feed into some thunderstorms. And there is enough instability, some convective available potential energy, and that's thunderstorm energy basically, that will allow these thunderstorms to be a little feisty at times. So we get going this afternoon. Daytime heating definitely plays a role. You're going to need to have that going today. But we see this about 5 o'clock. Watch around D.C., southward through Richmond, I-95 here. By the way, same timing, eastern Pennsylvania, Philly, Reading, Allentown, up towards even northern Jersey, New York City gets into these thunderstorms by later on this evening. All right, quick look at your forecast here. Richmond, Virginia, thunderstorms today, but then we get a break back in it on Wednesday. All right, Tevin, where is it active right now?
Jen, good morning to you. Active this morning across Texas. In fact, we have 80,000 people or customers without power at this hour, primarily in Dallas and Harris counties here, Collin and Tarrant, and also Angelina County as well, adding to that 80,000 people. Here's part of the reason why. Look at all the lightning that we have. A lot of the storms are now exiting into the Gulf Coast, but as they work their way to the northern Gulf Coast, they do move through Lufkin and areas north of Houston here. So we do have this cluster of storms moving through right now just to the south of Rusk. So if you are south of Rusk, overall, you're out of the storm threat. Houston, you are still smack dab in the middle of this storm threat. Not just lightning, potentially some flash flooding as well, because notice the overall motion of these storms, we're not really going anywhere quickly with them. So we're putting down heavy rainfall at this hour. Into the northeast we go, where at this hour it's mostly calm and quiet, which is certainly some good news. There's a front on the way through. What this front will do, it'll bring periods of rain here or there. Overall, though, with breaks in the rain, we do see breaks in the clouds. It should be a nice day for you in the tri-state area here. Also nice in Charlotte, North Carolina. Greenville, too. 1 or 2 splash-or-dash showers right now, Jen, moving through the Appalachians.
Well, turn around, don't drown will take on a new urgency this week in the saturated southeast. Folks in Surrey County, North Carolina were wise enough not to cross flooded roads over the weekend. You see them both are waiting it out. And then no rain, no storms, no weather problems as you get your day started in Charlotte. But if you have errands to run, get them done this morning. Rain and storms will start to pop by the afternoon. Yep, showers again in the southeast. Here, you got to break some of you yesterday, but we're in this pattern that we really can't shake, and it's going to mean some scattered showers. Front in the area that's stuck, that's stalled. Moisture will kind of focus right along this boundary. And so the thing about a stationary front is it's not just like set there. It is going to move a little bit. And so that is going to focus where we see most of the showers and storms every day this week. Starting today, so we get into it. If you watch a few showers popping, I think Florida will go first. But then we look at a few showers from Charlotte right back down into northern Georgia, including around the Atlanta area, southward through Macon, over towards Augusta. We'll get a few showers as well. All linked to the daytime heating. So once the sun sets, you'll start to see that activity diminish, and then we'll reset for tomorrow as well. So rain to come, at least just for this week. We've got a widespread area of about 1 to 2 inches of rain. No, that seems like a lot. It is. You're not going to get it at once because we have a lot of rain chances, but it's possible you get it at once. You know how some of these thunderstorms can be if they just sit there and there's nothing to move them along. So that's when you really start to worry about flash flooding. Charlotte, for us, we look at this week of a forecast. We have thunderstorms every day except Tuesday. They're mainly hit or miss. They're mainly afternoon. So plan accordingly. A little more in Florida, though, Tevin.
Absolutely. In fact, I expect to see some angry skies this week across the southeast where rounds of storms return, amping up the flash flood threat for yet another day. The rain is pain for drivers too, but you actually need the rainfall in Tampa where you're running nearly 7 inches below average for this year. And the air you can wear, as Jen Carfagno would call it, well, that's part of your wardrobe today in Tampa. Dew points are in the mid 70s, and that is a tropical air mass that will allow the atmosphere to ring out very heavy rainfall at times throughout the day today. What are we seeing right now? Well, actually, not a lot of heavy rainfall for most of you across the Sunshine State. Just some speckled activity on Florida's west coast. There is a front in the vicinity. So ahead of this front, we do have rain and thunderstorms. Some of those could come through strong to severe at times. So keep that in mind, especially for the latter part of the day. I'll show you what I mean here. We start the morning mostly quiet with the activity that we see now. But very quickly before the midday hour here, now along Florida's west coast through the Big Bend here and down towards Tampa and St. Pete, and also areas near Naples and Fort Myers, you're looking at very heavy rain. And notice how this starts to spread a bit more inland here. So from the west coast all the way to the east coast here through I-4, northeast Florida as well to Jacksonville and Duval County. You'll likely see some of those showers later on today. But the good news is once we lose the daytime heating, we lose the instability, and overall we lose our chance of rainfall. But you can quickly see it does start to flare back up yet again on our Tuesday morning. Jen?
It's a little above average this week for Florida rain. I mean, we're used to it. We're used to the pop-up showers. Little extra, though, and that's what we want to talk about with your forecast. Yeah, a little extra in terms of the rain chances. Every day getting a 40 or maybe even 50% chance of rain. Not unusual in the summer, but we're going to bump it up a few notches. So we're talking about 50 or 60% chance of rain. We get into it tomorrow again with scattered showers and storms. Look at Wednesday, more showers in the forecast here. And I know this map makes it look like it's going to be raining everywhere all the time. That's not the case. It is going to be scattered in nature, but there's a lot of chances of rain throughout the entire state, the Panhandle to the Peninsula, as we get right through this entire week. What's going on is that we've got this southwesterly flow, so that's going to keep the moisture in place and just keep bringing up, any showers that pop over the waters. Those are going to track or move onshore. So we see that chance for rain, and it could add up. A couple of inches of rain is not out of the question. As Tevin mentioned, we need a little rain around Tampa, but the problem is you don't want to get it at once, and I know you don't want it when you've got practice outside, some kids are going back to school, and there's all kinds of, things that you need to plan outdoors. You're going to have to watch the weather and especially watch out for those storms because of lightning. And we've got that chance in Tampa every single day this week. That'll keep the temperatures down a little, Tevin.
Yeah, it certainly will keep the temperatures down. A lot of you will want those temperatures to be down because the humidity will be up as we go throughout the week across the Sunshine State. Also up right now, I don't really have to tell you that. We're up, you're up, and so are the tropics too. Invest 90C here in the Eastern Pacific. Also Tropical Depression Fausto, and then Tropical Storm Genevieve likely bringing some sort of impact here through Central America and also portions of Mexico. But I want to draw your attention to Invest 97L. And then an area to watch beyond that, right off the African coast. Of course, we are in the middle of tropical storm season and hurricane season in the Atlantic. September the 10th, the climatological average or peak. So we're starting to see this uptick in activity. And at this point, it is an arms race as to which storm in the tropical Atlantic will likely become our next named storm, because we do have high odds here of development in the next 5 days' time. A 50% chance of developing with Invest 97L, 30-mile-an-hour winds right now. This is moving almost due west at about 23 miles per hour. So this 5-day development zone going right through portions of the Caribbean here, south of Cuba, and then potentially into the Gulf of Mexico. Part of the reason why we're seeing this uptick in activity, well, it has to do with the sea temperatures. They are well above average here, closer to 85, maybe in some cases 90 degrees. And notice Invest 97L moves right through this hotbed, and those are prime conditions for tropical storm development, or at least to sustain the activity that we are seeing. Here's this area to watch right off the African coast, and a lot of these storms do start as waves off the African coast. A bit higher chance of development, but still in the next 5 days' time. So we've got one area to watch with a 50% chance of developing. That is Invest 97L. Another area to watch with a 60% chance or shot at developing.
Okay, thank you so much, Weather Channel. We appreciate y'all. And now I will be doing other models of the tropics on my other channel, a little more in depth look. Today I'm just going to show you the thunderstorms. I'm going to show you a pattern that you're going to have, and then we'll go through the wind gust to show you what happens with Invest 97L. It actually does get tropical storm strength. Now let's go through your storms today. We have quite a few. Like they talked about Florida this morning. All right. Now, Florida, I know you're kind of used to this. We have lots of friends in our community that lives in Florida, and they act like this is pretty much okay, but it looks like it gets pretty strong at times when it gets around 4:30 p.m. today. Now, this is right below Jacksonville around 6 p.m., so it does roll around for a minute, and we're going to go through all the storms around, so don't worry about it. If you think maybe I'm skipping your place, we will see it in just a minute. Now, as these storms go through tonight, they talked about y'all having storms for tomorrow. And tomorrow, when it gets around noonish, 4 o'clock, you get it at Pensacola, Tallahassee a little bit. Pensacola flares up a little bit. And then as it gets to later on, it moves above Tallahassee, and they got a lot of bad hail cores in each one of those. So be aware of that. We will go through that in just a second. But these are the cells that you have for a possibility for tomorrow. It looks like it does go towards Jacksonville all the way down, but keep in mind this is tomorrow, so these storms could be a little bit further east as the time goes along. And there you go, Florida. You be careful with that. Texas, we actually do have some weather for y'all down south. I'll go through that too. Chuck's son is actually in Texas. Like they said, there's a lot of power outages in that area, so definitely check on the link that I have in the description. I believe the power outage one is all the way on the bottom, and there, see, southern Louisiana gets some storms pretty bad. The link will tell you which counties have the power off. I'm not sure if it tells you when it comes back on, but it tells you everything, and it updates every 10 minutes. So you will have some storms this morning for southern Louisiana. They will go away as it get towards noonish. Let's go a little wider look and see if you have more coming to you. I did know that I did see some from South Carolina. Yes. All the way from the edge of Mississippi all the way up to the East Coast. It kind of flares up a little bit when we get around 4 p.m. And there's that one in Florida that we went through. Also in the ones in Texas. That's why I was mentioning Chuck, because his son's over there. And there's a lot of storms happening the other day. And these storms also popping up today as well. This is southern Texas. So be aware of these storms. If you got power outages over there, I do apologize for that, man. That must really be terrible. Now, the storms that we have over in South Carolina, all the way up to North Carolina, it flares up a little bit, but let's go in a little bit and see where this is for your area so you can see. This is around, see, the first flares on the edge of Tennessee, North Carolina. This is around 12 o'clock today, 1 o'clock at the latest. But they pop up a little bit. It's not really big flares, but there is some pop-ups like in Charlotte right there. And as it goes through your day today, it stays with you all the way until the PMs in South Carolina. Also a little bit towards Virginia by Roanoke. In the Northeast, I know that y'all had some pop-ups this morning. Let's check and see how that is going as far as in detail for you. Yes, looks like it is around 10:30, 11 o'clock in the AM this morning. There's some pop-ups. Not really something really super serious, but it looks like it does get throughout the day. It gets a little stronger for you as you go through the day. So be aware of that. New York, you do get something from this rain. I don't know how strong it's going to be. It looks like there's a weakening moment before it comes to you. But it is a little rolling wind, and it is some super little storms right there. So be aware. This is at 7 p.m. tonight you're looking at. And then we'll see what happens as far as tomorrow, because might be some more your way from then. But see how it has a weakening moment right before it hits you, and then it strengthens again as it goes away. Just be aware of that. Could be some heavy rain following with that, as well as some bad winds. Now the rest of the Midwest, I know there was something that was in Washington that was going on real quick. Let me go through that, because Oregon had some weather going on. And I just wanted to see if that was really a big thing. See that big swirl, guys? I was looking at that. It's about this size. And that's pretty big. But this swirl goes all the way around. Look at that. Ain't that something? That's why our weather's moving in this crazy pattern. But I thought that I saw some over by Portland. Let's see. Yeah, Washington. There you go. Yeah, it's later on tonight. It's going to be toward south of Spokane, Washington, and you got it going towards Boise. Now, if you notice, this thing spins all the way around in a clockwise motion. So you're going to be getting whips of little things back and forth. Just be aware of that if you're in Washington. Now, for the Midwest and the Central, this is what you got today. It's just some pop-ups happening earlier today, and then when it goes into the AM for tomorrow, they really don't have anything going on because these are the pop-ups that we was watching by Tennessee, which we'll check that out. But your ones for today first, because there is a few pop-ups. It's right here in, there you go, right there. It starts right around 3 p.m. I'll go ahead and play that for you just so you can see if you're in that area. But these are the pop-ups that you will have. It goes all the way to Indiana. And it starts right in Peoria. It's always, for some reason, Peoria, you always get some bad weather. And that's just not any fun. But it stretches all the way to Indianapolis. That's actually where my kids were born. So I kind of like that place. A beautiful place. But then it does dissipate, until it goes into the AM. So, but it looks like it might pop up again for you when it gets right east of St. Louis for tomorrow morning. So be aware, this weather is just all over the place, coming and going, and it's kind of wacky season we've been having with this weather. There's a lot of popping, there's a lot of storms, and there's a lot of flooding. Also, over here in this area in Iowa, they having problems still from that derecho with power outages. I believe yesterday it was 100,000 outages still, and they still have problems going on with that. So that's terrible. That is a big spin pressure right there. And it's really bringing a lot of problems. Instead of these storms going away, it's bringing them around over and over and over. Now, what I want to do is show you the tropics that we have going on, because they have some things going on over there that really needs to be seen. Now, like I said, I'm going to go into higher detail with this on my other channel. That's just what I do over there. I do this one because I love Weather Channel content. I think it's awesome. I know a lot of people do love the Weather Channel, but the other one has my heart. The other one is the one that's really going to be my primary. Now, the Invest, I believe it was 96L, 96 or 97L, it's going to grow as all these waves we're going to have. And if you notice, as they come off of Africa, you get a couple spurts of the orange spots, okay, from here on in West Mexico and Pacific. Y'all been having those fireworks going off over there. But I do show that something does pop up out of one of these, and the one after it as well. Now, this is wind gusts. Now, we'll be going through all detail as to what's going on with all this stuff on my other channel, like I said, because I think this needs to be looked into a little bit more. So please come over and check it out. Tell us what you think. We have a great community over there, and we love everybody. So God bless you. But that's what I'm showing so far, just from those. And that's wind gusts. That's not damaging winds. The 10-meter winds. We'll be showing that. But there is something that does pop up out of these two things. So let's go forward in time and see a little bit more that grows out of this. And if you notice, the one over here by Puerto Rico grows very strong. So it's definitely, and being so long away, the strength actually could be more or less. So we have to wait and see on that. But it does zing itself into the Gulf of Mexico doing something. It looks like it goes over Mexico a little bit, so I don't know. If any of my viewers are from Mexico, let me know, and I will definitely go into a little more depth of that for you. That way you can see what's going on. So I want to make sure everybody gets well informed. But the waves are getting popped off from Africa. It's nice and strong. It is definitely ready for the season. Look at that. Those are all 60s, well 50s. It is popping off starting in 50s. It just has so much energy going on. It's just amazing what happens over there. But it looks like it's not as strong the week after. It looks like this week right here is going to be a nice, strong week for these systems to grow. So let's be careful of this. Let's keep close eye on this. And let's make sure nobody gets hurt out of this, okay? All right. Now I'm going to play this for you so you can watch it. And at the same time, I'm going to let you know a little message about our Lord, okay? God bless everybody. I hope everybody has a blessed and a safe day today. Psalms 63. Oh God, you are my God. I keep looking for you. My soul does thirst for you. For you my flesh has grown faint with longing. In a land dry and exhausted where there is no water, thus I have beheld you in my in the holy place. At seeing your strength and your glory, because your loving kindness is better than life, my own lips will commend you. Thus I shall bless you during my lifetime. In your name I shall raise my palms. As with the best part, even fatness, my soul is satisfied. And with lips of joyful cries, my mouth offers praise. When I have remembered you upon my lounge during the night watches, I meditate on you. For you have proved to be of assistance to me, and in the shadow of your wings I cry out joyfully. My soul has closely followed you. On me your right hand keeps fast hold. As for those who keep seeking my soul for its ruin, they will come into the lowest parts of the earth. They will be delivered over to the power of the sword. They will become a mere portion for foxes, and the king itself will rejoice in God. Everyone swearing by him will boast, for the mouth of those speaking falsehood will be stopped up. Amen. So thank you for watching. I appreciate all of you. If you could give a thumbs up, I would appreciate that. I'm really trying to grow the channel back. That way we can get our community back what we had many times before. So if you could just maybe share, take a moment of your time, do me a favor, and share it to just Twitter or Facebook, whichever ones you use. I don't use Facebook, so that would be pretty nice if you could do that. Yeah, it looks like these gust winds do get up to a little something, so we definitely going to be investigating this on other channels, so you should come on over and say hello. God bless all of you. I hope you have a great day today, and thank you for watching.